If I were to make a list of flat earthers' favorite words, perspective would be top of the list. Whenever their hypothesis encounters a problem, they'll just chalk it up to perspective and call it a day. However, they love to use the fact that you can't see the Earth's curve from the ocean or from an airplane as a gotcha, when in reality it's all because of perspective. Today I'll be unraveling the flat earthers' common perspective arguments, as well as explaining real perspective which happens on a globe-shaped Earth. The most common argument against the flat earth theory by far is how can the sun set below the horizon on a flat earth? This question alone disproves the flat earth, but that doesn't stop flat earthers from trying to explain it. The most common explanation is that as objects move farther away, they appear to get closer to the horizon, but that still doesn't explain how the sun appears to set below the horizon. In fact, on a flat earth, in order for the sun to even appear to touch the ground, you would have to be infinitely far away from the sun. That's right, you would have to be infinitely far away from the sun in order for it just to appear to touch the ground, completely disregarding that the sun obviously goes under the horizon, as seen in several pictures like this where half of the sun or half of the moon is visible. What's the explanation to this? That the sun is more than infinitely far away? There's no way on a flat earth that you should ever only be able to see half of the sun. The sun cannot go under the horizon on a flat earth because there isn't one. And you definitely can't say that all these pictures are just lying. You can see this happen for yourself. There is no way at all that sunrise and sunset make any sense on a flat earth. Another problem with the flat earth theory is why do boats disappear bottom first? The answer to this question from flat earthers is laughable. They say that it's just the waves in the ocean piling up on each other. That's right, now that it's convenient, flat earthers are throwing perspective right out the window. There is no way this can be true. Because of perspective, the waves further away will look smaller, and thus will have little to no effect on what you see. And even when we pretend that perspective doesn't exist, this still doesn't answer the question. In quiet waters, the boat will still disappear bottom first, and the waves would have to be huge to make an entire boat disappear. Now, flat earthers claim that since you cannot see the horizon curve on the surface of the Earth or on an airplane, the Earth must be flat. But this is true hypocrisy. The reason you can't see the horizon curve is because of your perspective. Since you are on the surface of the Earth, no matter how far up you are, you will not be able to see a curve. Why? Because even though the Earth itself curves, the horizon cannot, since if it did, when you looked around, the horizon lines wouldn't join behind you. In order for the horizon to curve down, you would have to be in outer space. But there's still plenty of Earth's curve that you can easily see, such as boats disappearing bottom first over the horizon. But from our perspective here on Earth, the horizon must look flat. A YouTuber called VoysovReason did a much better explanation on this than I could ever do, so I'll include 2 videos of his in the description. So, in conclusion, flat earthers use perspective whenever it is convenient and completely ignore it whenever it is not, while at the same time sporting a terrible understanding of the whole idea. This is true hypocrisy.
Alright, it is currently sunrise. As you can see, the sun is rising. It's not going closer to me. It is still perfectly, beautifully sized, even though it's touching the ground right now. The Earth is not flat. It is a globe.